What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Panfro Games. In today's video, we have a Pokemon Teal Mask update. We now know the exact release time you can play the Teal Mask. We also have a Pokemon Home update, and we have a lot of leaks for the upcoming Nintendo Direct that may be coming next week. And of course, guys, like my type of content, enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So let's begin with the Teal Mask DLC. So we have a Serebii update on this. The release time frame for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the Teal Mask, has been revealed. It will release in Japan in the morning of September 13th, which is a Wednesday. This indicates very early hours for Europe and late night September 12th for the Americas. So this is not going to be a staggered release like other Nintendo games. So usually when a Nintendo game comes out, it is a staggered release. So like with Tears of the Kingdom as an example, when that came out, people in like Australia and Japan were playing before the Americas because, you know, they are ahead of time technically, even though obviously everything's happening at the same time. But, you know, they stand by the release date of the actual date. But when it comes to a DLC, it is going to be a release at the exact same time, because you cannot actually buy this DLC at a store and have like a physical cartridge associated with it at all. So we're going to be able to play this in the Americas Tuesday, September 12th. And if you're on the East Coast like me, it is going to be 9 p.m. Eastern, and on your West Coast Pacific time, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. So you can figure out your time zone from there. So, of course, I'm going to be streaming the Teal Mask, my full Let's Play of this game that night. No sleep stream. We're doing it all. And it'll be starting at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Now, that is not the only major update that we have. We will have a Pokemon Home update. The Pokemon Home update will be starting Wednesday, September 13th at 00 UTC. Which is 8 p.m. Eastern on September 12th. So an hour before the DLC comes out, there will be a Pokemon Home update. This is going to last for 6 hours, so you won't be able to access your Pokemon Home for those 6 hours until maintenance ends for your region. So don't expect to be able to bring over the newly added Pokemon Home Pokemon to the Teal Mask DLC immediately. This is only going to be a problem for those people who need the Pokemon instantly, but for everyone else, this is not a big issue at all. Now, notice that the Gen 4 starters are listed here. You cannot catch the Gen 4 starters in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet or in the Teal Mask. You will be able to catch them in Indigo Disc, but that is the second DLC. However, you can transfer over the Gen 4 starters and supposedly Shaman as well. So that's going to be really cool. So if you do have those shinies from like Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Go, or whatever, you can bring them on over, use them in your Teal Mask team, and have a lot of fun with that. They also fixed a couple of other issues as well. They finally fixed the Spinda issue, so that's going to be really awesome as well. They fixed a bug of Pokemon Legends Arceus as well. They fixed an issue of Ribbons too. And of course, it's going to have Teal Mask transfer support. Now, something we have seen in the past, we have seen that the starters' final forms that were available within the game or the game's code would be the 7-star raids. So my prediction is the Gen 4 starters, after Mewtwo's raid period is done, will be the next upcoming 7-star raid. So we're going to get Infernape, we're going to get Torterra, and we're going to have Empoleon as 7-star raids. I think that's going to be the best way for them to do it as well, so everyone can have access to this Pokemon without having to use another game and transferring it through Pokemon Home. It makes a lot of sense. They did it for like the others as well, like Cinderace and Teleon, who weren't naturally catchable in the game. They did have those raids too. So this makes a lot of sense to me, and that's just my prediction. I think we'll get our next 7-star raid announced maybe at the upcoming Nintendo Direct. Or maybe it'll be like the first week of June. They are doing mass outbreak events. There is a Clefairy event coming. So that's probably the next event. And maybe after that Clefairy event, we'll get our 7-star raid. Now, a quick little fun news tidbit. There is a Hatsumiku Pokemon collab right now called Project Voltage. There's 5 designs so far. And honestly, it looks pretty sick. We got a Psychic, trainer, we got grass, we got fire, we got water and electric. It's very cute stuff. Loving it. I think it's very cool. Maybe we'll get a Pokemon rhythm game at some point. We don't have one yet. Maybe it'll happen. Now let's talk about the upcoming Nintendo Direct. So this is a leaker. He is the #1 Nintendo leaker. This dude knows his stuff. He's leaking all the Nintendo Directs correctly, and he has a lot of big leaks for us right here. So he gives us a lot of great information. The first thing he says is, let's just say a certain MATLAB function will be happy with the upcoming Direct. MATLAB are the developers of F-Zero, and he is saying there's going to be a brand new F-Zero game. And if we read this tweet, so we know that there is going to be an F-Zero game coming to Game Boy, Nintendo Switch Online. We already know it's going to be this F-Zero game right here. And Pyro answers and says, no, it will not be. It will not be this game that will be announced. We already know this game is coming, but it's not this one. Pretty much he is saying there is going to be a new F-Zero game coming. I also wouldn't be surprised if there is a new F-Zero game that we finally get Captain Falcon in Mario Kart as a DLC character. They are adding a bunch of DLC characters to that game. Wouldn't be surprised if we finally get Captain Falcon. Now, that was not the only leak we got. Then he tweeted out this GIF of Donkey Kong rolling. And this pretty much confirms that we are getting a new Donkey Kong game right here, which is pretty massive. Honestly, we haven't had a new Donkey Kong game since the Wii U with Tropical Freeze. They did port Tropical Freeze to the Switch, but that was the last time we had one. And then he was having fun here, and then he gets asked a direct question. Mr. Pyro, please, will we get more news on the Peach game? There is Untitled Peach game, and yes, we are getting more news on the Untitled Peach game. So that's a lot of stuff. That is 2 new games, and then, well, it's actually 3 new games, but 2 unannounced games, and then the Untitled Peach game. Wouldn't be surprised if we see something about Super Mario RPG. Of course, Mario Wonder is October 20th as well, and maybe something Pokemon. Like, maybe not, honestly. I wouldn't be holding my breath because Teal Mask is just going to be out this week, which makes a lot of sense. And, you know, Indigo This is probably looking to be early or mid-December because they did delay the regulation by a full month. So before the delay, I was going to say like early mid-November. Now I'm thinking like it's going to hit that December timeframe. In worst case, January 2024. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. But yeah, we're going to have a meeting Nintendo Direct coming. It's going to happen before the Tokyo Game Show, which is going to be really exciting stuff. So if you want to check out this guy's leak account, he is very reputable. He's pretty much, like I said, leaked all the other Nintendo Directs and has pretty much always been right with this stuff. So yeah, I like him more than Riddler Coup. Definitely check him out. Well, there we have it, guys. That is all the information I have for you in today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out, and have a good one.